The microculture that I fit into most comfortably is the microculture of restaurant chefs. Many people, or most people around the world, know how to or are familiar with cooking, but very few people uh, enjoy it as a hobby or choose it as a profession. I work at Riley and Jake's restaurant, grilling burgers, steak, chicken, tuna, among other things, and familiarizing myself with different styles of cooking. While it isn't a very glamorous job, it is still very important, and it's an occupation that very few people know about. Uh, those who are unfamiliar with our work environment might not understand how difficult our job is and how much preparation is necessary. Uh, Although this microculture isn't separated by race or ethnicity or religion, there are still similar attributes that are shared by all members. Uh, Restaurant chefs have a major impact on the population worldwide and provide a necessary service to those who are stressed out or who just need a break. Uh, Having knowledge about food and how to cook meals is an important skill set to have in the real world. It's a lot easier to rely on yourself when you know how to make your own food, and you can use those skills to help you survive in the real world. It also uh, helps you eat healthier. Working in the restaurant business has taught me a lot about nutrition and taking care of my body. Uh, while I don't plan on choosing this field as a career, I do plan on taking what I've learned and applying it in the real world. Uh, I think this can be considered a microculture because everyone who is part of it all shares similar traits. Uh, it is a very diverse field that includes all races and ages, but is generally done by males. There are women who work in kitchens, but the number is much less than men. All of my coworkers are male, and I've never personally worked with a woman in the kitchen, but they're still a part of the microculture. Most workers also share the same values and priorities. There's a set of principles one must follow whenever you're working in the kitchen. You have to learn to manage your time since you're racing against the clock for most of the time. Everyone is a perfectionist. Attention to detail is very important. It reflects poorly on the restaurant if a mistake is made or if an order gets sent back. All members also have to be in good shape in order to do this job. You must be able to stay active and be on your feet for hours at a time while also battling temperatures that can reach triple digits. Many values are important and must be followed by each worker in order to keep things moving at a manageable pace. Personal characteristics are also diverse, but most workers share similar traits. Most workers are trained to endure criticism since there's little margin for error. We develop a thick skin, and so you won't find many chefs who are easily bothered or shaken. Communication in general is very important when you're working in the kitchen. There's always constant noise going on from dishes and ticket machines. Fryers and ovens also make a lot of noise as well. Communication among the staff is important to help black out all that outside noise. Communication helps with everything going on, and it's always happening 24/7. There's also a lot of set phrases and words used that are pretty much unique to those who work in the restaurant business. Phrases like all day or 86, restock, or hold for service. Those are all commonly used sayings that might be unfamiliar to those outside of the microculture. All units of measure you must also be familiar with. like quarts, gallons, cups, and teaspoons, everything of that nature. Units that are really used outside of the kitchen. It's really a separate language that is used at times that takes getting used to. It's unique to this specific environment and is seldom used outside of it. Um, Restaurant culture is very important. It's also very prevalent in the United States. You see on TV countless reality shows based on cooking, like Hell's Kitchen or Chopped. Uh, Reality shows that are focused on this specific microculture. Commercial advertisements which promote different restaurants and bars. Food is just naturally appealing to everyone in our culture. It pretty much dominates all aspects of our lives. Worldwide, food can tell you a lot about different cultures. Familiarizing yourself with their food and their style of cooking will only expand your global awareness. In conclusion, restaurant chefs are definitely a microculture who share similar values and principles. Communication is an essential part of the job. Our separate terminology and slang is another thing that distinguishes us from the dominant culture. Understanding the ins and outs of the business will definitely benefit you in the long run and is a set of skills that not everyone possesses.